Hello. It didn't go at the hospital today. There was no, there was nothing. I got a message. I was working 6 till 10 this morning, and at about, I don't know, maybe 9:45, my phone started ringing, and it's on Do Not Disturb, so it doesn't even vibrate or anything, but I did have my watch on. So it was coming up, and I could see it was a Scunthorpe number, so I'm like, oh, they'll leave a message. It's 15 minutes, I'll call back. And it was my caseworker saying that they've postponed it, so nothing today. Right, royally off. I understand what's going on. I think somebody just literally forgot there was a bank holiday, because obviously I only had the scan Wednesday last week, so they had one day last week. And I know the hospital works all the time, but you know, the consultants and a lot of the other things where they deal with results of things don't happen when there's a bank holiday. So they've postponed it to the 9th, so I've got another week today to wait. And she said something in the message, something that was like, they want to get the results of the CT scan before they see you. So I thought, oh, right, okay, the PET scan results aren't in. That makes sense. Does complete sense to not do it. And then as John and I were talking to some people on the campsite here before, got another phone call from the cancer nurse at Castle Hill saying, please don't come. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'd literally finished work, listened to the message, saw John, went straight out to see these people. Hi, Claire and Darren. And then she called, because I'd not called anyone back. And she was just like, please don't come up. It's been postponed. So I said, I know I've had a call already. And she just said, yep, they just want to make sure to cross the T's and dot the I's of your scan results. So I went, oh, so they got the scan results back then? And she said, yes. So I'm just like, okay, so I got the impression that the scan results weren't back. So she says, yeah, they just want to go over them properly to make sure everything's ready, because obviously we do need to get your treatment plan in place. And they only tend to do it on a Friday. And they did this last time. I had to wait for this Friday CMD or whatever it was called, for them to go over everything to then give the results for what they want to do. So that made sense as well. So, you know, me being me, because I would worry otherwise, I just said, so if you got the scan results back, is everything okay? So she said, there was nothing there that we weren't expecting. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Is there anything to worry about? She says, no, there was nothing there that we weren't expecting. Anyway, so we just need to go over them and make sure all of this is done. So I said, oh, okay, then is there anything that affects my staging? Because I know I was told that there could be something that affects my staging. She went, there was nothing there that we weren't expecting. And I'm like, why do you keep saying the same thing all the time? So now I'm going to worry for an entire week. John's just like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine, honestly. It's just a bank holiday weekend, no one's had a time to go over them yet, and it's best that someone if no one's had a proper full check of them, especially consultants that really, really know what they're looking at, then there's going to be nothing. There's going to be no information to give you at all, apart from the fact that the scans are back, and there's nothing that they weren't expecting. So I'm sure the scans will show the cancer where we know the cancer already is, and that's that. But yeah, so I'm worrying, because why wouldn't you, you know? So that's that for the week. Still got my breast appointment on Thursday that my cancer nurse that she knew about, and she said, yep, that's one of those things. She says it just needs checking out. Obviously, if we find anything on the scans, generally it's nothing to worry about. And I'm just like, I like the so used to the my caseworker who said it will be nothing to worry about because we've already seen them on the scans, and it was the MRI, so all the tissue was clear as day that it's a cyst. And that's what she said. And this new nurse is like, yeah, I'm sure everything will be fine. And I'm like, please don't say things like, I'm sure, and stuff like that. Oh, dear. So I have been off and cranky as hell today. So I literally did my work. I get cranky when I'm tired anyway. I'm very glad that that's the last run of 5 a.m. starts. I know there's lots of people have said that, you know, they do have 5 a.m. starts, but when it's sporadic, when sometimes you start 5, or you have to get prepping at 5 o'clock at night, and then the next one is 5 o'clock in the morning, I think consistency would be better, but I can't bring myself to be consistent at getting up at 5 in the morning when I don't need to. So I think I need to find a way of making that work a little bit easier on myself. But yeah. So I've been cranky. So I literally came in and I said to John, I said, I need a sandwich or something because I just feel cranky and I don't know if it's because I'm hungry. So I had a sandwich, sat on the bed, and the next thing I know, I wake up at 5 o'clock. I don't even remember what time that was that I sat on the bed to get my sandwich. I obviously ate my sandwich. I was just watching a little bit of Grey's Anatomy on my iPad. And then my iPad was paused. My door was shut on the van because we had the doors open today because it's been lovely. And John had come in, saw that I was fast asleep, pressed pause on my thing, shut my van door and left me to it. So I feel a bit foggy-headed. So we're going to go over. We're going to maybe start watching The Gentleman tonight. And I've made myself what I class to be a good tea. So I've got hummus and olives and feta cheese, and that's beetroot salad with crispy fried onions on it. And then I've got cucumber and pepper to dip in my hummus with some tomatoes, because who doesn't like tomatoes? I found this the other day. I adore root beer. So that's my little treat for tonight. So yeah, so I'm going to get that, go there, and we're going to watch a bit of telly. Good morning. All the head hair. I'm just going to go and give it a wash. Just because I'm finding that I'm needing to wash my hair a lot more nowadays, because I do this all the time instead of it just being tied back. Diesel heater is on strong, so I'm sorry if that's what you can hear in the background. And wash day was yesterday. Yesterday was a write-off completely. I did a little bit of work, me accounting stuff, and then I just did nothing. I didn't realise, I mean, obviously we had lots and lots of hopes and timescales and plans and just getting to the point where we knew where all this was going to start. You know, we've got stuff. We have got stuff to plan. We need to plan around how we're going to do it. We're looking at food delivery stuff and what stuff we can get that will help if I'm knackered when I get home, and who knows if I end up feeling sick or anything like that. So we're just trying to get some things in place to help us out a little bit. And without timescales, it's really, really hard to do that. And now it's going to be another week till we know anything. So frustrating. But today I get to go get my boobs fondled. Because, you know, why not? They've been everywhere else that's important for things like that. So they might as well go for a booby grope while they're at it. I've been told it could be a long day today because it's my first time going and doing it all. So we don't know what's going to happen there. I've just got my Kindle on charge, which I'm a bit disappointed with, really, because that Kindle normally gets me, I don't know, like 5 weeks if I read. And I've not read since I charged it last, and it's flat again, so I think it might be on its way out. I might have to do an update or something. Who knows? Who knows? But AirPods charged and at the ready, and at the very worst, I'll put a power bank in with my phone, so at least I've got something if I need to listen to tunes or audiobooks or whatever. So so that is that. I don't think John can come in. It says try to come on your own if you can. So he's going to go off and do some filming and things in the meantime. So yes, so right, I'm going to go get this hair washed using my wonderful Solidemy bar. I do love this one. It's my favourite one because it makes all my greys pop out my head like you do. I think they're closing down. They have got a big sale on at the minute. If you're interested in anything there, I think it's like 30% off. And all I can say is the one thing that people have told me with cancer and everything, obviously, is cut back on sugar. Working on that one. But try not to have all sorts of things like aluminium deodorants and parabens in your shampoos and conditioners and things like that. All of this stuff helps keep your body that little bit healthier. And I know what I eat isn't the healthiest thing, but I do use natural shower products, hair products. I use the toothpaste tabs from the Body Shop. You know, these things like that I think you can do to help yourself. So not saying this is a big old cancer causing thing by any stretch of the imagination. There's got to be something in it somewhere. I just like the fact that, especially when I'm in my van, if I do end up washing anything or having to pour water out anywhere, that I'm not putting chemicals and things into the environment. So each to their own and everything. However, this stuff is amazing. A bar lasts forever and it smells amazing. So if you are interested, I'll put the link in my description. Should already be there actually, to go and see if you can get a bargain while they're closing down. So there we go. That's the Pink Rose Suite there where I've just been in. I have all of my leaflets about boob checks and things like that. And have confirmed that there is nothing cancerous in there. There is nothing for me to worry about. But obviously, as with everything else, if anything changes, I've got to come back in and get them checked out again. But it seems that I am very prone to cysts. So that's it. A lovely lady showing me the inside of my boobs. I've seen the inside of myself so much lately. I never thought it'd actually happen. And it's the weirdest thing you kind of take for granted, or you don't even think about the fact that most people probably will never get to see their insides. So there you go. Absolutely lovely, lovely people. Every one of them in there. Most efficient team I have ever been in front of. And that's no offence to anybody else, but they really, really are. They are the specialist here, and they're specialists for a reason, because they're brilliant, all of them. So that's that. So I'm just waiting in the car park now for John to come and pick me up. They said there wouldn't be enough room for him in there, and it was absolutely packed. So he was right, and he's just 10 minutes away. So he's just coming down to pick me up. And then we're going to grab some lunch and then go back to where my van is and get some bits of work done, in the hope that this evening we're going out for a nice meal with Gabby and Johnny. So that's something to look forward to, isn't it? I've been picked up. I was just telling John, I know I was saying like super efficient people at this centre here, like really, really good. And, dark humour. I do like laughing and joking. I do find that that's what comes out, especially when I'm feeling nervous. So sat in this room, and there's loads of chairs on one side, and on the other side there's squishy leather sofas, and I'm on one of these squishy leather sofas, and there's a couple just sat, it's like in a U shape, so there's a couple sat on the other sofa next to me. And I get myself a cup of water, plonk it on the table, and then my name gets called. So I'm just like, okay, grab my stuff, go in. I was gone, I don't know, 3 minutes it felt like, probably less than 5 minutes I was gone. So I come back, get the same seat again, and my cup of water's still on the table. So I turned around to them and I said, I know this silly question, I said, but no one's touched that, have they? So they said, no, they've not, no. So I picked it up and drank it. And the woman turned around and said, she said, although you wouldn't be able to drink it like that if we were in a nightclub, would you? And I turned around and said, if the same amount of people had groped my boobs as I was in a nightclub, I'd be very offended. And literally everybody around me started laughing, because I can't help but say the humour. So yeah, so if I was in a nightclub and the amount of people who touched my boobs today had done the same thing, yeah, there'd have been fight on, I tell you. So yeah, so we have just stopped for some lunch, as always, and we are just debating now whether we stop into Magnum Motorhomes while we're over this way, because it's not too far away at all. And then yeah, and go see what we're going to do next. Hello, I've just come back from John's van. Just been watching a bit of telly and what have you out there. Been out for a little bit of a bike ride, just to get stretching legs and things today. We didn't get a chance to go to a supermarket while we were out in Grimsby. Literally just forgot. So I just popped to the local co-op to get some bits on the bike, which was nice. It was interesting to find out all of this stuff. Apparently, I have lots of these, and because they're not causing me any problems at all, then they're just going to leave them as they are, because apparently they will come and go hormonally. So it's nothing to worry about, and there's no point with all the stuff I'm going to have to do. They were like, you know what? If they're not bothering you, just leave them. Honestly, leave them there, but keep an eye out. With everything everybody has said through this entire process, the one thing that has been like a common denominator in all of it is the word change. And this is something everybody, man or woman, whatever, should be keeping an eye on, is change. You know yourself, you know your body, you know how things feel, you know how, let's say for instance, you know how long a normal wee is, you know whether you can push your wee out at the end to make sure all the wee's out. If that changes, go get checked out. And I'm looking at you fellas who would never get checked out. There are loads of things that just all comes down to change. And if you keep an eye on the things in you that change and get them checked out when they should be checked out, hopefully, you know, if there is anything that you have to go do, it will be kept to a minimum if you get it done ASAP. So That's the one thing I've picked up on from all of these things, and especially today. Again, with all of these things, it's it's going to sound a bit crude now. You're used to me. I don't even know why I'm apologising. It's been a day of dark humour again. And we got back and I said to John, I said, oh, my boobs are killing me, because they've been pushed and prodded and poked and squished, every which way squished. And I've been undressed and redressed about 6 or 7 times today. But if I did have to choose all the things for the checkups, I think I was far more comfortable with the breast checks today than I was with a group of people who I did not know, staring intently into my vagina. So, oh dear, it was awful. It was, the waiting room for me was the hardest thing today, because everyone looked a bit scared. There was a few women you could tell were going through cancer treatment already, and everyone otherwise was a little bit jittery and a little bit shaky. And I think I was a little, maybe just because I didn't know what was coming. I knew I'd expect a mammogram and all of these things, but I have this thing where I kind of give myself 5 minutes. I've got this 5-minute time limit. Something changes, something comes up, I have 5 minutes, and then I process it, and then that's it. So if there's any worrying or anything like that, or anything that I'm concerned about, it's worse in that first 5 minutes. Sometimes after that 5 minutes, I decide that I'm fit for nothing, so I'm not going to do anything else for the day. It's not a case of me, I don't lie and worry. I don't lie and go over everything. That happens in my dreams when I can't control anything. All of that comes out then. The panicking, I'll wake up in a complete panic. But as far as going and doing all of these tests and stuff, I just sit there, I do what they tell me to do. You know, I'll go and do it next week. I'll sit there and go and do what they tell me to do. And then when the treatment starts, I'll go in and I'll do what they tell me to do. And that seems to be something I'm very lucky with. You know, I don't get embarrassed about things like getting my boobs out or sitting in stirrups with my legs up. And, you know, I figured that these people, it's not the first one they've ever seen, and it's not going to be the last. So, you know, I just go and I do it, and it doesn't bother me. And I understand from so many people that I have spoken to that I am so very lucky that I am like that it doesn't seem to faze me at all, going and doing these things. I mean, I'll overthink results and I'll overthink other bits, but generally, I don't know why and I don't know how, because I am an overthinker and a worrier, and I think this is my superpower, you know, of all of the overthinking and worrying. This is like me in my element, because something's actually happened. Something's actually happened that I need to overthink and worry about. So it's like, okay, game on. Let's see what we can do. But you give me something I've got no control over, or something that's really, really insignificant, tiny little detail for something, I will overthink the hell out of that and have that playing on my mind for a while. But with this, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. It is to everybody else around me. I know John is suffering, bless him. I know my family are. I just seem to be, as Katie, lovely Katie who's been talking to me, she said that it's like being in a vortex in the middle and everything's going on around you and you're just sat there going, just kind of watching everything that's happening. So it's weird. I do think I'm very lucky with my outlook and the way that I seem to be okay handling this. And to be honest with you, I am loving the dark humour that's coming out, and I am loving having a laugh about it with my mates and my family. Because what can you do? You know, I don't want everyone feeling sad for me. I don't want cancer to be the only thing that people want to talk to me about, you know. I want to know how other people are doing. I want to know what else is going on, because there's enough cancer stuff going on the daily in here. And it's like I need a bit of a break. So having a laugh, even if it is retrospectively about all of this stuff anyway, having a laugh with people is definitely helping. So, yeah, big up to anybody on the end of a text message or a phone call from anywhere, where I've been particularly dark and twisty. You know, it's all doing its thing. So anyway, it is 10 o'clock, so I'm going to go to bed. And I've got a full work day booked in tomorrow. My work day in the morning. And I keep saying this. My work is my accounting work. Work is my job. But yeah, so I've got a shift tomorrow night from 6 till 10. And I'll be doing my own stuff in the meantime, just to get caught up with a few things. So yeah, all good stuff. Anyway, night. Right then, so I'm editing this video right now, and it's Monday the 8th, so it's coming out tonight. I have just had a call from my caseworker at Scunthorpe. She was just confirming, because I'd phoned up and left a message, and she was just confirming that the appointment is still on for tomorrow, the 9th, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, where I'll find out results of the PET scan, talk about all the other stuff, and sign the consent forms. Then after that, they'll arrange another appointment where I have my pre-op assessment or my pre-treatment assessments, and then I'll find out at that appointment when my treatment's going to start. So it's good to know that I'm still going to get to see the consultant tomorrow and speak to the cancer nurse there and ask any questions that we've got. We're getting our lists together right now, but still just a little bit of a, come on, just tell me when. Got things to do. Basically planning to do nothing. I've got to tell work. We need to look at all the other bits like I was saying before. But yeah, so it might be, even then, if it is a 2-week plan like we've had so far, it might be 2 weeks till I get that appointment, and then it'd be 2 weeks after that when the treatment starts. So looking at everything now, it could still be first, second week in May where it starts. Part of me is glad if that works out that way, because it means I can do camp out. Get the one good thing under my belt before all of this starts. So fingers crossed for that. But it's still, come on. I just want to know. I'd like to know. I like a good plan. Everyone knows this. You know, even if we do a plan, you know, I like to know a little something. And this is all a little bit too drawn out for me, really, to be doing it without being a grumpy cow. So, you know, that's just what's happening. So anyway, I shall whiz this magically over the air to my laptop and get it updated. So thanks again, and thanks for all the comments and things on the last videos. Thanks for watching. Thanks for anybody contacting me to just ask how I'm doing or sending love and all the best wishes and everything, and the ones sending the jokes. Well into that, so thank you very much too. And I will update you as soon as I have anything of any interest that will make a nice video's length, and I'll update you soon. So take care, guys. Enjoy, hopefully, the nice weather we're having, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.